Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 104th Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I have put onto YouTube. The team I'm in today consists of Scorpion King, or SR, as you might know him. He's called himself Mountain of God in this game, but it is Scorpion King, and he's bought the Julii faction. Then we have OTD Pen G4P, who has bought the Rome SBQR faction, and myself, Spartan Commander, who's also bought the Rome SBQR faction. So there's our team there. I think all three of us have been playing RTW for many years now, so we certainly got the experience on our side, but you wait till you see the other team, full of really great players. Should be a great game to watch. And here is the other team. We have Wolves member Galacia, who's been playing Rome Total War for a number of years now. Then we have Titans Hades, who has bought the Rome Scipio faction. And then we have Greeks clansman Cleomenes, who has bought the Rome Brutio faction. Very unusual for Cleomenes to bring Rome and not a Pike faction. At this very early stage of the battle, you can see that Greeks Cleomenes' Brutii army there is attacking our allies' Julii army there. And it's quite an aggressive attack there, as you can see. If you notice that the Julii army, commanded by Scorpion King, has got about 4 archer units firing fire arrows into the Brutii army there. And of course, as you might know, fire arrows lowers morale, and can cause troops to rout in certain situations, and of course they do cause casualties as well. As you can see, there's a bit of a close-up of the fire arrows being fired into the enemy army there. As you can see there's a Brutii cavalry charge coming in there. The reason he's done that is because he's seen that some of the Julii infantry are in open order there, and infantry in open order getting hit by cavalry can very often break. So that's why the Brutii cavalry charged in there then. If you notice that all the time SR's archers are shooting fire arrows into the enemy cavalry there. Here you can see the enemy the Scipii cavalry charging in here to SR's infantry. That's a massive cavalry hit there. Bang! You can see all that Scipii cavalry there. So you've got the Brutii cavalry, the Scipii cavalry, and the Brutii infantry all there up against Scorpion King's Julii infantry there. You can see, if you look to the left, you can see that I'm bringing my SBQR cavalry in as a bit of support there for my ally. And then you can see a heck of a lot of the enemy cavalry charging in there. Brutii cavalry and the Scipii cavalry all charging as well. That's a massive battle going here on our right flank. And you can see all the time that SR's archers are shooting fire arrows into the enemy, lowering their morale all the time there. But you have to be careful using archers, because obviously those fire arrows can hit his own team as well, having the same effect. But from what I can see there, Scorpion King's archers are hitting the enemy target very well there. You can see some of the Brutii cavalry and infantry are starting to rout now here on our right flank. If you noticed, our teammate OTD brought his SBQR cavalry over as well there to join in. But you can also see that the enemy have brought over a whole Scipii army as well there. So there's a lot going on here. Can you see that Scipii cavalry just charging in there then? And bang! About 6 units of Scipii cavalry just smashed into the side of, I think it was Scorpion King's Julii infantry there. But if you notice, we're also putting cavalry charges into the enemy line as well. As you can see now that I'm bringing my SBQR infantry units over now to support here. If you notice, I've turned them to face left there in an attempt to cut off enemy reinforcements from getting to their teammates. If I can stop any reinforcements getting to them, we could just finish them off and then be able to maybe get my allies round to attack the enemy on that on our left flank there in front of my my army. As you can see, a lot of the enemy army is starting to rout now. If you notice, there's some a massive enemy Scipii cavalry charge coming in. I think that was 6 cavalry units. That's 6 lots of cavalry charge bonus has just hit there. That's a massive hit there by that cavalry. But still, the Allies managed to hold there. So that's really good. Let's pause the game for a second to take stock of what's actually happening. As you can see here, our Allies' Julii army is held quite well there against a big attack by the enemy here on the right flank. And as we move up to the centre, you can see that there's the enemy Scipii infantry aggressively attacking, and we've got our other SBQ, our ally there, attacking as well. There's a lot going on the right and the centre there. As you can see over on our left, my army is being aggressively attacked by the enemy Scipii army there. What I was trying to do there is to hold the enemy Scipii infantry and cavalry back as much as I could, to allow my teammates to try and finish off the other 2 enemy armies there. If you notice, there's a couple of enemy Scipii infantry coming around my flank, probably with a view to smash into the side or into the rear of my units there. That's a nice little move there by the enemy Scipii infantry. Let's see what happens then. As you can see, my OTD teammate is shooting fire arrows into the Scipii infantry there. It's a lower in morale. As you can see, I'm just going to charge my I think it's my 5 units of SBQ or cavalry in through my infantry into the enemy infantry there. I don't think I'll break their infantry, but I'm hoping to cause a lot of casualties there, and to take a little bit of pressure off my my infantry there as well. So my guess is I'll pull my cavalry back with a view to charge in. If you notice, there's some enemy Scipii cavalry coming in here on my flank. I would think that'll rout a couple of my units there. Nice little hit there by the Scipii cavalry. Yeah, one of my units is just routed there. But if you notice, rather than charge my cavalry in to support my own army, I'm going right to help finish off the enemy army there. You notice my cavalry charges in there, managed to rout a lot of the enemy units that were left. As I think my infantry should be able to hold while my cavalry is away. And now hopefully that will give my allies time to be able to get their armies over to the left flank to help me out a bit there. As you can see, I'm being very, very aggressively attacked here by the enemy Scipii army. Just going to pause the game for a second here. Any new players watching this, can you see I've taken my cavalry out here? Now you might be wondering, why am I taking my cavalry out away from the battle? But what I'm actually doing is I'm moving my cavalry into a position where I'm hopefully going to be able to charge into the rear of engaged enemy troops. And those of you that's watched battle videos of mine before will know that if you can hit into the rear of engaged enemy troops, you can cause a lot of damage and a lot of routing. So that's why I've pulled my cavalry out there. As you can see over on our right flank, my allies have become victorious and will now be bringing their armies over to help me. So let's see what happens with this cavalry of mine. As you can see, I've pulled them wide, and now I'm going to charge into the back of the engaged Scipii infantry. It should cause some routing here. And bang! Can you see the Scipii? Several of the Scipii infantry units start to rout there. I'm going to pull my cavalry back out again, obviously with a view to rally and then charge back in, so I get the full cavalry charge bonus. As you can see, my allies now are moving over from the right flank, coming over to assist me. I've managed to hold up the enemy Scipii army, as I said earlier, which was my intention, to allow my allies to be able to deal with the other enemy armies there. If you notice, I'm now charging my cavalry in from the rear again. The gods. And a lot of the most of the enemy Scipii infantry have just routed there. So the first thing I'd like to say is that was a great battle to be in. Well played to both teams there. I thought the other team played extremely well, very aggressive, and some great moves there, and really well done to team I was in as well. I'd just like to show new players to the game. If you notice that one of the enemy team has got the highest kills in the game, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you win the game. As you've seen here, he got the highest kills, but for him, unfortunately, his team didn't win. But really well played to the guys that I was playing with. I thought there was some great skill and tactics shown. Now, I thought they showed their years of experience there in the way that they moved their troops and the cavalry hits and infantry hits they were putting in. So really well done to them. I'd just like to say that another 5 days it'll be Christmas 2014, and I'd like to wish all the people that watch our battle videos over the year a really happy Christmas, and I hope you have a great new year. Of course, Brotherhood will continue doing their Brotherhood battle videos on YouTube into the new year, and we hope that you continue watching them, and we hope you continue liking them as well. We'll always try to find the best battles for you to watch. So this is Spartan Commander saying once again, hope you enjoy our battle videos, and happy Christmas to you all, and bye for now.